part of our plug-and-play system where you can come and get answers to all your questions. So it's great to see all of you here. It'd be good to know if there's anybody new here today who's here for the first time. Put your hand up and we can give you a very special bit of recognition and welcome. But if not, that's absolutely fine. It's good to see existing members here coming to learn. Now, tonight will be a very strict time limit of 45 minutes. So if I can urge you all to get your questions in ASAP. Please don't wait to the very last second to ask your question, because we have a leadership Zoom straight after, so we must finish promptly in 45 minutes. In a moment, I'm going to hand over to Carl to give us all the updates of the week. So if I can ask you to start thinking about what your questions are, put your hand up and we will come to you promptly straight after. There is only Carl and I this evening, so this is a nice, intimate setting for us all. All right, Carl, over to you.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, very quick summary of the updates from Wednesday. LquidPay, still evolving nicely. BEP20 will be being added. We don't know which tokens, but I presume at least USDC and USDT are likely to be added. That will probably allow a lot of flow between Protocol Yeald and LquidPay card. Speaking of LquidPay, Protocol Yeald, the algo and Cipher are not performing well enough. So there will be a plan, a strategy to exit that back to your wallet, to your available balance. I suggest don't do it as one big withdrawal, do multiple little withdrawals. You can start any time. There's a new NFT coming that's being tested and performing quite well, apparently. The Magnificent Seven is in final legal configuration, because it's index trading on the share market. It's got a few more hoops to jump through, so they're being finalised, and that will go live pretty soon as well. The progress to layer 1 on BTCC and BTC20 is progressing nicely. Chavez made a prediction. I won't say it's a deadline, but a prediction of the peer-to-peer in about 3 weeks' time. They're doing the final testing of the peer-to-peer. Capital 3 is still progressing towards becoming an Ethereum yield product as well. For those that have got Capital 3 with a balance sitting there. The big one, the Alpha AI, the rank 3s have been doing a little bit of playing with that and training. Rank 2s early next week, and then rank 1 we'll get that presumably towards the end of the week. Then it'll be launched live on Thailand. The qualification for Thailand is getting very tight. The deadline was close of business my yesterday. Two people ranked, actually 3 or 4 ranked up in the last moments, so they were really happy. The date for Thailand is being locked in. I won't tell you what it is. Chavez can do that on Wednesday probably. I think that's everything. Thanks, Joe.
Fantastic. And on that subject of ranking, congratulations to everybody that ranked up in the last week. And I think among those, one of those is here in the background, and that would be Lucky, who's ranked up to rank 4, which is a massive congratulations. Certainly a lot of work went into that, providing support to the whole community, listening to the demands, I will put, of the community. So that's amazing to see. It's an inspiration for all. Obviously, Kelvido from Vietnam hit rank 4 as well. Many people are now hitting ranks. Ranked 1s, 2s, 3s are happening every day now, and none more so than the Vietnamese. And of course, there's a big congratulations to someone in our own team, which is Sue, who hit rank 1 in those final moments at about 2 o'clock in the morning. I know, because I was on Zoom with her at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was there to witness it in that moment. So congratulations to everybody that's hit ranks in the last week. Okay, so time's now to ask all your questions that you may have. So please put your hands up, ask your questions. We'll do our very best to answer any and all questions to the best of our ability, at the very least to the best of Carl's ability. And we can finish. So, okay, Ian, thanks for asking your question. Up you come.
Camera on, don't forget.
Hey, everyone.
G'day, mate.
Ian. Sorry, hang on a second, Ian. I didn't hear what you said, Carl.
I said, and camera on, don't forget.
Oh, yes, camera on. Yeah, please, you must have your camera on.
I thought you said good day, Nate.
Are lacking. All right, Ian, ask your question, please.
Can we get some clarification about a couple of things? What's the first one? BTCC, staked BTCC. If that is, when a package completes, do we receive the number of BTCC staked, or do we receive the dollar value in BTCC back? Either way, I look at it as a good thing. Either way, we still win, but just to be clear on that. And before you answer, what the other question was, since the subpanels were launched, is it possible to buy the ignition pack in multiples, or with alpha, what used to be called alpha yield plus, or additional panels, versus only being able to buy one and then go to the subpanels?
Yes and no to both those questions.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, there you go. That was easy. Yes, you get your BTCC back in the quantity that you staked. That's why it's converted it into BUSD, so that it's the set amount. So you'll get back the quantity that you've staked. And no, the alpha yield pack isn't available anymore, so you have to upgrade through. But of course, you are able to open a sub account for yourself and buy another ignition pack underneath that, in which case you earn the yield builders benefit from that, and you also earn the commission from opening that. So it's better for you in that degree.
Just something to maybe discuss with Chavez, and maybe he's thought about this and made that decision.
It has been a conversation that has been, well, not a conversation, but it has been something that's been suggested to Chavez. But honestly, it's better to just open a sub account. If you've got the money to buy another ignition pack, why not just open a sub account?
Right, that's a good solution.
Yeah,
because otherwise, like, let's say somebody can't start with 2,000, which I call the sweet spot. Getting an ignition pack and sub panel 3. That's the sweet starting spot.
En Hotmart tienes herramientas exclusivas para despegar tu negocio digital, pudiendo vender hasta un 26% más. Ven ahora a dónde están los mejores y más grandes. Hotmart, lo hacemos real.
Spike needs to launch his bold new delivery business online without costs going sky high. He'll need this and Namecheap, because he wants a domain that'll really take off. The perfect website and reliable web hosting. Security and privacy features that'll stop anything. Plus extra services and tools, and 24/7 customer support. All at low prices, so the savings keep stacking up. That way, his business can really fly. Namecheap. Make more online for less.
Even if they buy the ignition pack, even previously they would have had to have waited for the yield to come in to be up to their initial 500 before they bought the next 500. You're going to need the 500 to buy the extra yield package anyway, aren't you? So if somebody's got $500 to buy, if somebody's got $500 to buy the initial yield package, and they wanted to buy a top-up package, shall we say, they still need the additional 500.
Yeah, for the people who are starting with only 500, but for the people who can start with 1,000 or 1,500, it kind of misses a price point. But it's all good. It's all good. Whatever the reasons he decided to do it that way.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, let's see what happens over the coming weeks. You never know. There's always a chance. Okay.
There is one very vocal leader whose community is very anxious for the Alpha Yield Pack option, and that person is having a Zoom, one of the team Zooms with Chavez either earlier or later today. So he will be made. I know that community under that person is very vocal about the Alpha Yield. So it would have been raised directly with him as well, and probably will get raised in about half an hour as well.
Carl, did you see my message, by the way, on about my DoDO index that I attempted to purchase?
Attempted to purchase just recently or ages ago?
No, this was like earlier in the year. I purchased a DoDO index, not an index, but I create an index, my own index, and I paid like something over $300 worth of Ethereum, and the form, the DYQ form is not currently active, so I just sent you the wallet information and all of that.
I had two wallet informations. I think yours was one, and they've been sent off to be added to the list of things.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Much appreciated to bring your question. Okay, anybody else? Any other questions? Now's the time to ask, folks. There is, 25 minutes left before we close the Zoom. So now's the time to ask your questions. And of course, if you don't have any questions, that's absolutely fine. We will just finish the session early.
Well, while somebody's plucking the courage up, everybody, MetaMask has been going through a lot of evolution over the last month, basically. Some of the issues that they introduced, probably and hopefully inadvertently, have been resolved. Lately, there's been a spate of duplication of tokens on the screen when you open up, particularly the plugin. Other symptoms of recent updates is you might be on the base network and you can see your BTCC balance, which should not occur. So there's been a couple of updates over the last about 8 hours, and one very, very recently. So you might want to double check your updates. It's 13.4.2 is the current update on the plugin, at least. Okay, so as I've always said about the basics, one of the basics as we start moving forward with layer 1 is to make sure everything you've got, your Windows, your browsers, MetaMask, anything that can be updated should be kept up to date at the moment.
Perfect. Just before we go to Jan, I'll also add something that I think is worth commenting on again, which we talk about very, very often on this Q&A session, and that is remembering the basics on doing a transfer. I was on a Zoom before this Zoom with some community member, and they transferred $100 of USDT to 3FO. And I think they did it on the ERC20 network as well. So it was a double bungle. It's an easy mistake to make, but it's also an easy mistake to avoid by making sure that you read the screen. This is a phrase that I've used many times. Read the screen. When you're looking and doing a deposit, when you bring up your deposit address, all the information that you need is on that pop-up. It says Ethereum on the base network. Just because you've selected Ethereum, it doesn't mean you've got the correct network. It means that you've chosen Ethereum. Depending on what wallet you're using, if you're on the base network, then yes. If you're using MetaMask and you're on the base network and you're sending Ethereum, of course it's on the base network. But if you're on the ERC20, if you're on the Ethereum network, then of course that's not base. So don't mistake the two. Make sure you're double checking the token that you're sending, the coin that you're sending, the network that you're sending on. For 3FO, it's Ethereum, not USDT. It's Ethereum on the base network. So please, fortunately it was only $100 rather than $500 or more, but $100 is still $100. So please double check everything that you're doing. Okay, Jan, let's have your question.
No, I'm actually Axel. Because I'm using another laptop.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's his handle, but it's or name. So I'm just using it because mine is not functional at the moment. So I just want to make a statement there. Maybe you recognize me, Sim.
Yes, of course. How could we forget you, Axel? I'm just rubbish with names, but I always remember a face.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so my question is, I had some communication with some of the leaders, and it's in regard to the LquidPay card I ordered when it started, to be possible to order it. And I am wondering what is going on there, because now it's for me 33 days and I haven't got any information or anything about the physical card deliverance.
Okay, Carl?
Okay, the exact answer to that, hopefully we'll discover shortly, but the recent information was that, yes, ordering occurred and about 30 days ago. I'm still waiting on mine, and deliveries weren't that early. Someone said that they heard that the deliveries wouldn't start until the 30-day period. It may be tied still to the KYC for America going live, which we hope is this week. That was something I didn't add on the updates. I didn't have it on my notes. So yeah, we'll bring that up shortly with Chavez.
Okay. Well,
It may also be, actually, it may also be, and I don't know, I'm just guessing, but it might also be to the quantity of cards that have been ordered. Because remember, if only, and I'm just making up a number here, if only 100 people have ordered cards, then it's unlikely that they will send that 100 out on its own, because the cards have to be, I think the correct terminology is printed, I think is the correct terminology. I mean, I ordered a card years ago when I first got into crypto. I'm with crypto.com, and I ordered their card, and it took 6 months to arrive. And I had people that I'd referred to on crypto.com where it took them 8 months for the card to arrive. So the cards are created in batches. And in order to keep that cost to a minimum, to make it cost effective for people to order and keep the delivery costs down, then they will wait until they have enough cards on order for them to be printed so they can be distributed. I don't know if that is the reason, but it's a possibility. So I would just say keep that in mind as well. I mean, we've got...
Yeah, I was just curious, since it's in the back office on the app, it says between 15 and 28 days. So that's the reason why I asked you.
Yeah. It's a reason.
Whatever. Yeah. And I actually have another question. In the back office of the mining, is there any chance to communicate with Chavez if we can have actual circulation of the BTCC? Because now is the actual mined it's looking like they are in circulation, but still yet not many of them are showing. It's actually not showing the actual circulation of the harvested BTCs. Is there any chance to have that also displayed in the back office, or is there a reason why it's not?
I think it is, isn't it? I think the circulating supply is in the DApp.
No, it's all mined coins, which is not yet been harvested because they are not.
I can see Carl's typing away there. He's going to have a look, but I'm pretty sure that the circulating supply is on the DApp.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure that it is. I was just writing it down to bring up shortly.
Okay, let me have a look. Let's have a quick look, because the value of the circulating supply is there.
Exactly, and that's the theoretical circulating reply. If everyone was harvested, but they're actually not. So we don't know the correlation between the mined and the harvested.
Okay, the quantity of the circulating supply. Well, okay, so let me show you here. Let's bring the zoom back up. Let's show you here.
I guess if you're a good researcher on the blockchain, you could probably figure that out. But
I think it's probably. I'm sure it's on the blockchain, and Carl can.
Oh yeah, of course. But I don't know.
If you look here, it says the circulating supply in the dollar amount. No,
this is the actual quantity of the mined miner.
This is the circulating supply.
Yeah, it says like that, but it's actually the mined ones because they are not in circulation. All of them, because far from everyone is mined yet. Is harvested yet, so they can obviously not be in circulation, but they are mined. They are in your back office as a mined BTCC.
Okay.
But they are not transferred. Yeah, when you harvest them, they transfer from your mined possession here on this display to your actual MetaMask or whatever decentralized. Okay.
No problem, fair enough. We can ask Chavez to see if that's a possibility. But I knew I'd seen circulating supply on there, but I'd never correlated that with just what's on the DApp as to...
Yeah, because you get a little bit, wrong information when it says circulating, because it's actually...
that's a little misleading.
It's the total quantity of mined.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem, we'll get that. We'll see if we'll speak to Chavez.
I mean, it's just it makes it a little bit clear what is actually in circulation, because that's what creates the demand, the market, the supply and the demand.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point to raise. Anything else there, Axel?
Yeah, I have one more. Also on the same back office of the mining, you could be able to display the actual correlation, the actual value of your... when you are going to harvest, you can see how much is your cost per BTCC displayed also. That could also be an option. So once you see that, okay, I have been mining here for a while and my cost is now $214. Maybe I will close this account, so I move the miners to a new one. So I freeze the 214s for future because if I leave it, it increases by time, right? Because it mitigates with the current total supply of hash rate.
Yeah, of course. Which is why
that's also because the more information, that the more interesting it gets for everyone. So it's like it's a little bit deceiving with this total circulation because it's not actual circulation.
Yeah, I understand the point you're making. I'm not sure deceiving is the appropriate word.
Misleading is a better word. Misleading.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I think that's right. But it's not difficult to calculate what the cost per BTCC is. I mean, on the individual account that you've got,
No, it's one division, so it's very easy. But it's also very nice to see it on the display. because it's like the amount of mined coins you have every day increases. You can see it from time to time every time you do a refresh, but you can also see what the cost of that changes by time while you do a refresh or log in next day or whatever when you look at your account. So
certainly it wouldn't hurt to have it at a glance.
Yeah. It's just a idea. It's nothing of a problem. It's just nice involvement.
Yeah, absolutely, Axel. I mean, this is what this is all about. We're all one community, and we take those suggestions and we pass them on to Chavez.
Exactly. And my next question, I actually have one more.
Okay.
It's all these platforms we are using, like Protocol Yeald, LFG, DoDO, or whatever all they are called. Are they like individual businesses with an individual kind of business plan and integrity? Like, for example, if something goes wrong somewhere, does it affect the whole ecosystem, or is it just affecting the business within itself of that platform?
Carl?
A good question, but no idea. That's a board of directors type of question. I have no idea. I can't answer that at all.
Yeah.
I do suspect that they are separate business units within the total corporate structure.
Yeah, but it's a kind of a question of at some point the transparency also, because it has a significant impact, because it secures the whole entire system by knowing it doesn't affect the others if they are separate. But if it's within the same structure, it can actually have a certain impact if something is wrong within one or several of these individual projects.
Well, there's one easy way for you to find out.
Okay.
So rank up, join the rank leaders, you then make a request for Chavez to come to your team meeting.
I'm on my way, Carl. I'm on my way. All right.
Can't wait to see you in the rank leaders group, Axel. It'd provide a little colour.
Yeah.
Sue got to go to her first one almost straight after she ranked up, actually. She was quite well timed. Just on your first point, I'm not sure of this, but I'm looking at the BTCC addresses on the blockchain on our scan site. And at the moment, it looks like the smart contract for BTCC is holding just under 20 million coins, which suggests to me that the difference between 21 million and 20 million is the circulating supply. And the difference between the what's on the DApp as what they call the circulating supply and the 19,996,748.363829, etc., is the unharvested amount. So maybe we have got that figure, but it's just not on the DApp. So if you just go to tokens, then click on BTCC and just look at that list, you'll pretty much see where all the BTCC is sitting.
Okay, great. That's a simple idea. But to be that implemented, it's also nice to see, because as soon as it reaches the same as the mined when the mined circulation supply goes to zero, then it's really interesting, because then we actually are dealing with the true demand and supply of the BTC.
Yeah, well, if you can be around when that hits zero, good luck.
That's what I thought, exactly. I hope I live that long.
No, you get me wrong. This 5 million. This 5 million at the moment says it's circulating.
You mean the difference between that mined and
harvested? Yes, when they are harvested, then we have the actual right at that point in time. Yeah, the total supply in circulation, because the other one is not mined yet even. So of course not.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Axel. Is that all your questions, or do you have one more?
That was all my question for now.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Axel. Some great questions, and it's always worth asking your question, because we always like to get some feedback. Who knows what ideas are going to come? We're in the leadership group because we ranked up, not necessarily because we know everything and can do everything, and that's definitely the case in my situation. So it's always good to get good questions and good feedback from everybody. So feel free to give us feedback, give us ideas. You never know what it's going to lead to. So thanks very much, Axel. Amin. Hello, Amin. Welcome back. Ask your question, please.
Thank you, everybody. Sorry, my English is bad, but I try to put a question. Please, I have two questions about the first about Pi, like every week, and the second about Capital 3.0, and the third question about Ethereum.
Okay, please ask your questions.
Okay, first the first question about Pi, I tell you the last week why I can't another week don't have my money back, because I made a withdrawal 1 month now from Purpose One. And I don't receive my withdrawal from Purpose One from 1 month now. Why?
I heard that last week, so I'll hand over to Carl this week.
Yeah, as far as we know, the withdrawals can only come out when there is available funds to withdraw from the trades. If the money is locked in a trade at the moment, there is a resonance by that trader to sell at a loss. Therefore, there's no incentive for them to make that loss. So they will just sit until they can make a profit. Did you withdraw the entire amount or a small amount?
Yes, you tell me that last week, and I have a little amount, but I try to withdraw all the amount, and after I try to withdraw little amounts, same result. No withdrawal from the purpose one, because I want to tell you last week I want to withdraw all my money from Pi, and nothing was happening.
Yeah, well, I do know my token housemate, who doesn't actually live here, he did a big withdrawal and on algo, and then he was waiting. I said, just do a little one out of Purple Swan, and it worked. So we have no control.
I understand that the last week, but just please, 1 month and the traders cannot recover the money. It's not logical. I don't know.
It is logical because if you think, look, on mine, okay, I withdrew from, I don't remember exactly which ones, but I processed withdrawals from 4 different HFT traders, and from 2 of them, the withdrawals the trades have been closed, and I've received the funds from those traders, and I've withdrawn those funds. The other 2 have not closed yet. I've been waiting, like you, probably over a month now for those to close. But if those individual trades, remember, as I said to you last week, they don't put all of the money in one trade. It goes into dozens of trades. And remember, in this particular system, the traders don't get paid until they reach the high or exceed the previous high water mark. So from their perspective, unlike usual traders, even if the trades are down, if they're making a profit against their previous profit, they're still earning a percentage. But that's not the case in this system. In this system, they have to reach a high water mark. If they close a trade at a loss, they're not making any money and you're losing money. So it's not in their interest or in your interest. And as you've seen over the last 24 hours, that the market is down about 8%, something like that. Is that right? No, how much?
It's closer to 20% at the moment.
20%. So it's about 20% down. So it's entirely possible that these trades may close over the next week, because if these HFT traders are now placing trades now, and the market goes back up 30%, then it's possible that we may see all these trades close over the course of the next week. But I know you're in a hurry to get your money, Amina, but you want all your money. You don't want half your money or 80% of your money or 25% of your money. You want all of it. So we have to trust that these HFT traders will pick the right time to sell. And considering they don't get paid until they've exceeded the high water mark, then it's not in their interest to sell, which means it's not in your interest to sell, because otherwise you will be in a loss. Now, I suppose you could email them and say, look, I want you to close my trades whether they're in a loss or not, and maybe that will happen. I don't know. But then that's a choice you have to make for yourself if you're in a hurry. But we have to trust the HFT traders to sell at the right time.
Sorry, but I send multiple emails and never put me answer. Never. Like in the affiliate marketing. When I try to contact support, never a response. Never.
Okay, well that's odd that you don't get some response.
No, never response. Okay.
Can I ask, Amina?
Yes.
Who's your upline ranked leader?
I don't have upline.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because if they're in the ranked leaders group, then you should be asking them to raise the question in the ranked leaders.
I'm only from the beginning, from the beginning of the BTC20 smart chain.
Oh, okay.
Only. I see your videos also in your channel, but I'm only.
Okay, look, honestly, we can only do what we can do. The answer isn't going to change with regards to your specific question. We have to trust the HFT traders to make the right choice so that you don't lose money.
You can speak to Chavez, maybe.
Yes, of course, that will be something that will be raised on this evening's leadership. Yeah. You can come back to that. Yeah.
Thank you. For Capital 3.0, I listened to the update of Mr. Carl in the beginning, but just a question. The money we put in all the community in the 3.0, where is the money? Is it in the wallet with Chavez? Is Chavez trade with the money? He never speak about that and explain where is the money.
Carl?
If you're talking about the 35%, it's in the investment fund. Basically, it's being traded now. I should imagine, I'm imagining that originally it went into an investment fund that a fund manager, we were never told which one, but he gave us a list of 5 of the biggest investment funds for crypto. It was one of those. I would imagine that it's been withdrawn back to our own and being managed by our own fund managers with signals from Alpha AI. That's where I believe it will be. I don't know for certain. Again, that's a corporate thing. It's not a community thing. So that's just my guess.
Okay, we don't have any clarification for Chavez for this Capital 3.0, the money. He don't give you...
What I believe, yeah.
Well, it does...
Yeah, I mean, he wants you to have that money, so it's going to come as an Ethereum product.
Yes, I understand that, but now where is he trade with it and he made profit and I don't know what. With our money?
Well, he didn't trade with it. I would imagine the fund managers traded with it, yes.
Okay.
The videos that you're seeing where he's showing Alpha AI achievement and results, that's his money. He's playing with his own money there, as far as I know. He's not playing with our money.
No, I ask about our money. I don't ask about his money.
Yeah. I'm just saying that, as far as I know, the fund managers are managing that.
And,
okay.
And with your money, so remember, in Capital 3.0, all of the tokens that you've got, you have 5x, haven't you? Because you've made whatever package. If you bought a $100 Capital 3.0 package, you 5x that in Capital 3.0 tokens, right? So in your C3PO wallet, you should have $500 worth of tokens. Correct?
Yes.
You will receive that in Ethereum.
Yes, I understand that, but that's the answer from months now. Many months I listen to that, and every week the Capital 3.0 will come back, and no change from now. No changes. I know you come here, and I thank you and Carl, but it's the same every week.
You just have to be patient, Amina. There's lots of things happening in the background, and it doesn't happen overnight. Remember, there's lots of stuff that has to be redeveloped and integrated in order for this to happen, because the decision for this to happen wasn't made until a couple of weeks before 3FO launched, maybe a month before 3FO launched. So the focus at the moment is on 3FO. Now, I know it's difficult to wait, but all I can say is be patient. Nobody's lost anything, and you will get your 5x in Ethereum. And of course, if you hold that Ethereum, then that will go up in value anyway. But I know it's difficult to wait, but wait you must. And it will all happen at the right time.
Okay, thank you. The last question, because maybe another person will want to put a question.
Your question will be the last question now, Amina, so feel free to ask and we can conclude our session.
About Edfina. Is Edfina dead now, or what's happening? Because her website is not work, and I don't know what's happening with Edfina.
Moment, the status has not changed from a couple of weeks ago when Chavez announced that when Capital 3 becomes an Ethereum staking product, you'll get your full value from that. If Edfina resumes, they're not dead as far as I know, but they are in an extended hiatus. If they resume and you get your Edfina tokens, that's a bonus. You might get effectively 6x or 7x rather than just 5x. So there is still a chance that that project is still potentially going to go live.
No, because her website is down. It don't work for many weeks now. And
yes,
I receive a little amount of Edfina in the beginning.
Yes, I know. So did I. So everybody did get some, but then they suspended operations, for want of a better term. Shveza said, if you get it, you get it, but you will still get your value from your capital 3 tokens. So you'll get those twice if you get them from Ethena.
Okay. And how we can know if it's okay and work? Well, here in the Q&A?
Well, Q&A, weekly update on the Telegram channels, whatever.
Okay.
And I guess also go to the website. I suppose we go to the website and check in on the website.
Yes, it's not working. Okay, thank you for your time and sorry for this. Thank you.
No problem, Amina. Your questions are always welcome. We do our best to be transparent, but as I say at the beginning, we don't always have the answers, especially when it comes to third parties. We can't take responsibility for the decisions third parties make. Sometimes their decisions are guided by what's happening in the marketplace, and we don't have control over that, which is why Capital 3.0 is being redeveloped, because it's something that's in our control, and then we're in a position to fulfill whatever promises have been made. So I think we're learning that third-party services are not always as reliable as they say they are. But thank you very much for your question, Amina. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. We'll close our session this evening. So a quick reminder before we go. Not that, you've seen that. Let's do this. So this is our updated schedule. So Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays are now presentation days. Wednesdays is the community call with Shabazz, as it has always been. Friday night is education day, where Trashik comes and will train us all on a specific part of our ecosystem, and at the moment it's focused on 3FO. Saturday is the onboarding call for all new members, which is at 7 p.m. UK time. And of course, you can join us here every Sunday for the foreseeable future at 9 p.m. UK time to have interesting debate and interesting questions and some answers. Not always.
Give us a hard time.
Yeah. And just to remind everybody as well, up until at least when we go to Thailand, we will be giving a free $50 mine away to a lucky 10 individuals who join us on a Wednesday evening on the UK and US prime time. So don't miss those Zooms. You could be the lucky winner of a $50 miner. Okay, let's conclude. Thanks very much, Carl, for being here. Thanks very much to me for being here. So it's a good night from me and a good night from him. Yeah. And you all have a fantastic evening. We will see you back here. What day is it tomorrow? Monday. Tomorrow night for UK prime time and US prime time for business presentations. Bring your friends, bring your team, drag people in off the street. Let's change some lives together. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.